pūrṇamidam pūrṇāt pūrṇamudachyate pūrṇasya pūrṇamadāya pūrṇameva avashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om, all those that are invisible are filled with Brahman. All those that are visible are also fully permeated by Brahman. The whole universe has come out of the whole Brahman. Brahman is still full, although the whole universe has come out of it. Om, peace, peace, peace be unto us all. So we are reading the Upanishad, Śvetāśvatara Upanishad, and it's in a very nice place we are here in the chapter number 3, and where we see that previously it has been mentioned that God is everywhere. In how to see that and how to meditate and practice. That was emphasized. And in the 3rd chapter, talking about the ultimate experience of that Brahman. What is that Brahman? What is our object of meditation? That object of meditation is ekaha. In the 3rd chapter we started that way. He is the caster of the net, and this whole world is a Maya net. And he is the controller of everything. And even the gods are controlled by him. And that is the only reality who is at the beginning of creation. And when it is staying here and also dissolves. Knowing that unchangeable one, people can attain to that immortality. That was the verse number 1. And that is called the Rudra. Is the Supreme Lord who makes us go through the experiences of life, weep and cry, and then from that gives the experience of the Lord. And eko hi Rudra. And there is no parallel, there is no jyāyo tastu. That reality, Rudra, who in this whole universe, iman lokan, ishata controlling, ishani vihi, man by his own power, isha shakti. And he also pratyak janang tiṣṭhaty, and he also pratyak janan in the heart of all human personality, tiṣṭhaty is there remaining. And sanchuko upanta kale, at the point of death, withdraws everything in him and again creates the universe when this, which when created, it also maintains it and nurtures it. And that God who we are meditating upon, he has eyes everywhere, vṛkṣato chakshuruta vṛkṣato mukha, his face is everywhere. In all the hands he works, vṛkṣato bahu, vṛkṣato spat, all the legs, so bahu bang with the hands, dhamati sampatatri. Dhamati meaning that it, divi, sang dhamati, like it is to the, so bahu bang dhamati, but moving with the activity goes on in the hand. And sampatatri deva bhumi janayan devase. And like birds with the 2 wings, like all the animals. And he includes that 2 hands in the hand, 2 wings in the bird, thinking that it is he has done this, all this creation. Therefore, 4th verse we read. Where the page is not coming out. Okay. Yadevanang prabhavo udbhavascha. That reality, that ultimate truth is called the Devanang, the gods, the cause of their creation, and also Udbhav, Utpatti. And Vishwadeva, he rules the entire universe. And he is the Sarvagga, Maharshi, he knows everything. He was there before creation, he was in this gross creation. Hiranyagarbhaṃ janayāmasa pūrvam. He has created, before this creation was there, he created Brahma, Hiranyagarbha. Hiranyagarbha, that cosmic, subtle body where all the minds and senses are withdrawn. And that is our dream state. So, cosmic dream. Before creating the gross dream, he was in the form of cosmic dream, Hiranyagarbha. That means that was created, and we are praying that, oh Lord, please guide our intellect. Sa sano buddhya subhaya sanjunaktu. So, please connect our mind and intellect towards that truth, O Lord. And, O Lord, you are Yati Rudra, you are Rudra, you are Girishanta. Girishanta means you are the Girite. Girishanta means you reside in the high Himalayas. And Yati Shiva, what is all auspiciousness in you, what is all joy in you, what is all purifying in you. By that power, please purify myself and look at me. Girishasta cha abhikaso hihi. Look at me, O Lord, with your graceful eyes, so that I can become purified. 6th verse we read, Ye yami shungirishanta hasti vibhorsyastave. You have, O Lord, you have some weapon in your hand, and it is like an arrow. Make that arrow peaceful and auspicious for us, so that that does not destroy our existence and also this world. That means protect us with your arrow, and which you are holding in your hand. Then 7th verse we read, Tatah paraṃ brahma paraṃ brihantam jatha nikāyaṃ sarva bhūteṣu gūಢaṃ vissasya ekaṃ parivestitaram īṣaṃ taṃ gyatva amṛtās bhavanti. One becomes amṛta, immortal. When that, knowing that Isha, the all-controller, what is the all-controller? Vissasya ekaṃ, who is one in the entire creation. Parivestitaram, who has enveloped everything. Sarva bhūteṣu gūಢaṃ nikāyaṃ, who is created his seat in the heart of all. Tato paraṃ Brahma, that is the paraṃ Brahma, supreme Brahma, paraṃ vihantam. That is the, knowing that one becomes immortal. Now, after that we read the last verse, we read 8 yasmāt. 8. Vedāhametang puruṣaṃ mahantam. That was the last verse we read. That the Rishi is declaring, Vedāhametam, I have, Veda means I have experienced that Puruṣaṃ, that supreme consciousness, mahantam, great personality, great truth. And mahantam means all-pervaded consciousness. Aditya varnam, that is of the nature of effulgent light, and it is beyond all ignorance and confusions. Tamasa tameva viditva, and knowing only that, one can attain to otimrittumeti, mrittu otikram. They can conquer death. No anna pantha, there is no other path vidyate, exist. Other than this, there is no other path. So, this is a declaration that God can be seen, experienced, and can be realized, and it is for everyone. The sage says, I have done it, I can show you. Like Ramakrishna said to Naren, I have seen that, and I can show you. And that truth is that what we have been described in other shlokas also. Now let us read today the verse number 9, chapter 3. Yasmāt paraṃ, nāparam asti kiṃcit, nāparam asti kiṃcit, yasmāt nāṇīyo, na jyāyo asti kaścit, na jyāyo asti kaścit. Yasmāt paraṃ, nāparam asti kiṃcit, nāparam asti kiṃcit, yasmāt nāṇīyo, na jyāyo asti kiṃcit, yasmāt nāṇīyo, na jyāyo asti kaścit. vṛkṣa stabdho, divi tiṣṭhaty ekas, tenedaṃ pūrṇaṃ, puruṣeṇa sarvam. Again, one time. Yasmāt paraṃ, nāparam asti kiṃcit, yasmāt nāṇīyo, na jyāyo asti kaścit, na jyāyo asti kaścit. vṛkṣa stabdho, divi tiṣṭhaty ekas, tenedaṃ pūrṇaṃ, puruṣeṇa sarvam. The same idea again and again, repeatedly presented by the sages. Yasmāt paraṃ. Yasmāt means from whom? Paraṃ, there is now no other superior. He is the supreme. That reality, that is the supreme. There is no something higher than that or better than that. And apokristan, there is nothing that can be considered to be lower than that. That means it is only one reality, so it cannot be praised as it is good and it is bad. Here he says, there is no paraṃ, aparam, they have translated as higher and aparam different. Higher and lower, no, it is, aparam means is different. So yasmāt, from whom then there is nothing higher. And aparam means, ekhane paraṃ, Sanskrit or paraṃ means separate from me. Paraṃ means other than me. Aparam means there is nothing in the world other than that. Aparam. And aparam also means the lower. But we have to take the meaning of not different, that meaning. Kiṃcit, there is nothing, asti. There is nothing as such which is higher than and different than. Two words. There is nothing in the universe or in transcendental level which is higher than this Brahman, or aparam means different than Brahman. Par, in Bengali, apon par. Apon means your own, and par means separate from you. So there is nothing as such. AnāMayam, jyāyo, asti, there is nothing as such. Yasmāt, from whom? AnāMayam, jyāyo. AnāMayam means more minute. There is nothing minute than that consciousness, finer than the finest, greater than the greatest, smaller than the smallest. The same idea. Yasmāt anāMayam, from whom there is nothing smaller than. And jyāyo, there is nothing greater than, or let's say kiṃcit, there is nothing. Asti, there is nothing. So, the whole universe is to be meditated upon, and that supreme consciousness, that supreme Brahman, that is the only reality. There is nothing yasmāt, paraṃ, there is nothing superior. Nāparam. Aparam is me and you. You are apara. You are other than me. There is no such thing, no duality. Kiṃcit, anāṇīyo, na jyāyo. There is nothing which can be considered to be lower or can be considered to be higher, greater or smaller. Then what? The vṛkṣa stabdho. Look at the whole universe, like the tree without any flickering of the leaves, standing in its silence, alone. It is just poetic imagination that there is one huge tree without any movement of the leaf or anything, perfect calmness and serenity. And that silence, that peace, that contentment, vṛkṣa stabdho, that truth is like that. It is there and alone and all pure, all perfect, no change, no transformation. It is standing there in its own glory. Stabdho, stabdho means it is immovable, ekas, only one. Divi is tiṣṭhaty, he is staying in his own glory. Tenedaṃ pūrṇaṃ puruṣeṇa sarvam. Tenedaṃ means by that reality, idam sarvam, all this universe is permeated. It is all, whole of this universe is filled with that, permeated with that, saturated with that. So there is not higher than or different from him, neither greater or more minute than him. It's a question of meditation. Suppose you just close your eyes and there is nothing higher than. Just imagine, higher, higher, higher. You go, you can think that Himalayan peaks are higher and higher. And no, go further, go further. That there is no higher than that means as you go in a higher plane, you cannot find an end of it. And there is not greater or more minute than. There is nothing greater, and neither smallest of them smallest. So you can spread your mind from the higher than the highest, smaller than the smallest. It all pervaded one consciousness. And it is rooted in his own glory. It does not need anyone's support. It is his own glory. Sve mahimni. He shines because of his own glory. Everything shines because of borrowed light. But it's called chidabhaso. In technical term, we are all chidabhaso. Chidabhaso means what? Chit means the consciousness. Abhaso means reflection. You stand before the mirror. This is called the real Satchidananda. And chit, or it is called the chit. And what is abhaso? Abhaso is the reflection in the mirror. So you can find chit and abhaso, chidabhaso. Jiva is chidabhaso. Your mirror, your reflection of your face in the mirror, that is chit abhaso. It is the abhaso means reflection. And this is chit. In chidabhaso, it may be different. That may be distorted. If the mirror is convex, it will be one. If the mirror is concave, it will be one. So, if it is broken, it will be one. If it is blue mirror, your face will look blue. So, but chit remaining untouched and undisturbed. Chit remaining always, your face remaining always the same. Reflection is called chidabhaso. That means this jiva may be distorted form of chit. Chit is unchanging all the time. It matters little whether the reflection, chidabhaso, reflection is there, looks good, looks bad, matters little. So the jiva consciousness, what we are now, is a reflection of the chit consciousness on the mirror of Maya. So in the Maya, and the Maya, some may be manifesting sattvika quality more, some rajasika, some tamasika. Accordingly, this same Satchidananda is being expressed in, or it's seen as so many. So here, but this Atman we are talking about, meditate on that. It is higher than the highest, smaller than the smallest. That remains unchanged all the time. And it is always rooted in its own glory. Chit does not change anyway. The sun, real sun, never changes. So reflection changes. And reflection is the infinite maybe reflection. But chit is remaining one. The one person can stand in a room with million broken glass set together in the wall. Million reflection may be there. They may be distorted, they may be nice, they may be bad. But the chit, for whom the reflection is going on, that remains undisturbed. So think that way, that truth is the finer than the finest, smaller than the smallest, that is the bigger than the biggest, but it permeates everywhere and it is in the heart of all. But it is called jiva, it's reflection, and that reflection is the chidabhasa. Chit and chidabhasa. This is a very good concept, you can meditate on that. Chit remaining all the time same, chidabhasa, jiva, can be different. And chidabhasa may be there or may not be there. But chit will never go away. But chidabhasa can go away. If the mirror is removed, no chidabhasa, no jiva. If the ignorance is removed, then there is no chidabhasa or jiva or our created world. But when you think, chit is all the time there. Whether there is a mirror, face is there. Whether there is a mirror or there is not a mirror, it does not change anything. So this is the idea. That chit, it is established in its own, rooted in its own glory. It stands like a suppose, and that absolute unchanging reality, which I gave the example as a face and the reflected face, but it is that consciousness, absolute consciousness, as if it is there. And it's stabdho. Stabdho means it is just still. It is still, it is there, and calm and serene. How is it? Shanto, upashita. That's why Upanishad says. And then Shanto upashita. Tajjalaniti. Everything is coming. The Upanishad says tat. From that reality, everything is coming. That is created by that. Tajja. Standing on that creation and then dissolving into it. Therefore, what you have to do? The jiva may come, jiva may go. Birth and death going on in the Maya. Maya mirror, you see your reflection. Without reflection, you are there. Even without any reflector, you are there. So that your real nature is like a stump tree, calm and serene, undisturbed by any wind of Maya. It is all just a grand silence. So that's why Upanishad sometimes say that what is God, God cannot be described. It is only silence, perfect silence. And actually so, when one goes to meditation, all the distracted thoughts are driven out, driven out, driven out. And as you go, mind becomes settled and calm and calm and calm and calm. Then mind dissolves. So it ends into calmness, it ends into serenity. So this is the thought here. And so it says that there is neither higher than or different from that reality, nothing as such. There is nothing greater or more minute than that reality. Rooted in his own glory, he stands like a tree, one without a second, and immovable. By that being the whole universe is. So, tena idam pūrṇaṃ. Idam, this everything we see is saturated with that consciousness, that bliss, that joy. Ocean of that bliss and joy is permeated everywhere. There is nothing but that, and he is established. Se mahimni, jadiva anāMayam, Upanishad says. He is established in his own glory. Then you said, own glory means it's duality. No, there is no glory. It is that reality. So it's a very subtle way of expressing the spiritual experiences of the sages. So, Shankaracharya says that paraṃ means, paraṃ is separate from that, another. Paraṃ, another is called also jyāyo, which is not para, which is not supreme, which is not better, which is not quality, under quality. That meaning also can be done, that then there is nothing which is superior to that, nothing there is inferior to that. That means there is only one. So, aparam means other than. That is the best meaning, has been accepted. And here stabdho means that there should be calm and serene nature of the Atman, that is been mentioned here. Gita also said, nāparam kiṃcid asti dhananjaya. There is nothing superior to me, Bhagavan says, in this creation. Nāparam kiṃcid asti dhananjaya. O Dhananjaya, O Arjuna, there is nothing greater than me, superior to me. And I permeate everything. Mayi sarvamidam pṛūrṇaṃ. I permeate everything in this universe, as this thread permeates to every flower in a garland. So similarly, I permeate everywhere. And also previous mantra it has said that you have to tameva viditya oti mrityumeti. Only knowing that reality you can conquer death. And that verse again is being emphasized here as it were, that he is one non-dual absolute truth, as in a big area there is one big tree stands alone in his own glory and raising his head as it were. That conscious entity, non-dual, is permeated in this world everywhere, and there is no other existence. To know this is to conquer death. If you don't know, then you are living in their limited existence, which is all mortal. And we see that this book talks about Rabindranath Tagore's beautiful quotations. He has been collected here. So it needs another skill to translate them, very difficult. But it's Rabindranath always used to meditate on this type of verses. Okay, let me see what this Swami has done here. Lokeshwaranandaji. There is nothing better or worse than this self, capital. Similarly, there is nothing smaller or bigger than this self. This self stands alone in the glory of its being, fixed like a tree. The same self, capital, fills the whole universe. Brahman is again referred to as Purusha here. Ordinarily, the word Purusha refers to a human being. But here the word means the indwelling spirit. Because Brahman dwells within the heart of everyone. It is called pūrṇaṃ because it is Brahman alone that fills the entire universe. There is nothing smaller than Brahman, And again, there is nothing greater than Brahman. In the Katha Upanishad also it says, Anoraniyan Mahato Mahiyan. Brahman is smaller than the smallest and bigger than the biggest. This seems to be contradictory. Normally if you say any object in the world, can you find bigger than the biggest and at the same time smaller than the smallest? How can it be? There is nothing as such. Small is small, big is big. How can it say smaller than the smallest and bigger than the biggest? That's very difficult to understand. This contradictory as it were, but it is not, because Brahman is in everything. It is everything, big or small, good or bad. It is the essence of our being, the inmost self within. So no contradiction, because it is everywhere. But modern science can help us to understand what is the smaller than the smallest. You go, subatomic particle, go smaller and finer. Then you find it is nothing, no matter, no object, no small, you cannot say, it is infinite energy. Higgs boson particle, no? They call, and that's a tremendous energy, splitting, going down, micro. So in that level, if it is so much, and go to the huge stars and galaxies, bigger, you can imagine, how big you can imagine. There is also infinite energy. So science has proven that there is bigger than the biggest, the same energy, power, and here smallest than the small, same energy, one prana. Swamiji says prana, that's the energy. But Vedanta has gone one step further. It is not the prana, the material prana, it is the pranasya prana. It is the energy of the energy. So this is the secret what Swami Vivekananda found out. Swami Vivekananda said in the Almora, Kakdi Ghat, that place is called Kakdi Ghat. And he was meditating under a tree. And he got into this experience. And he said that I have today a great mystery is revealed unto me. That which is in the macro and that which is the micro, both are same. So this experience, smaller than the smallest, greater than the greatest, vaster than the vastest, that one absolute. You know, and then the next example is the tree example is very grand. Just imagine, everywhere calmness, and there's a grand banyan tree standing in its own majesty with the heads up. So this is the experience of Brahman to be thought about. Awe and reverence comes there, looking at that. Just imagine, can you think that suppose you are in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. Just think yourself. No ripple, no wave, nothing, only ocean. Water. It's a grand experience of calmness and serenity. So this is such a place where all duality collapses. And that ocean water is everywhere permeated. Similarly, the space permeates everything. So here also the consciousness permeates. These are like examples how to understand that reality which is beyond the ken of your perception, beyond the ken of your mind and intellect. So that's why it is this is the way to think, that yasmāt paraṃ nāparam asti, from whom there is nothing bigger and neither the smaller. Kiṃcit jyāyo, just means anāṇīyo na jyāyo asti. Para means supreme, higher, bigger, and aparam, you say small. Aparam means not different, not small here. There is that one which is there, which is nothing superior to that, and there is nothing different from that. We see so much difference here. That is the mirror, reflection of the same object appearing so many ways. But if we break the mirror, let the mirror go, then it is the consciousness permeates everywhere. So God's presence everywhere to feel with, the absolute God. So, now, vṛkṣa iva stabdho, what does it mean? Brahman is described here as a tree. It's a wonderful comparison. Look at a tall tree standing alone. It is calm, quiet, self-composed, majestic. There is no struggle, sign of struggle or effort in it. No movement. We are always struggling and moving about. But the tree we are mentioning is totally calm. So think that this life is all movement and struggle, fight, anger, and all these expressions of our little ego. But it is there is no struggle, there is no movement. It is only calm and serene, standing in its own glory. In divi means that is, it is in its own glory, its own effulgence, its own radiance. It is dependent on nothing else. It is independent and self-sufficient. So, normally we think, whenever we think of anything shining, which is dependent on something, no? You know, when the birds are flying in a dark, when they are clouded day, you see one way. And when the sun is shining, when the same birds are running, you see the wings are lighted with so much beauty. So these are all reflected light. It is not their own. So that light we are talking about, that consciousness we are talking about, it is our own light of consciousness. Independent, not dependent on anything. Whether the world is there or not there, whether there is creation or non-creation, matters little. That reality is all the time. So creation comes, it appears different, but in that reality it is non-different. Now, next verse is the 10th verse. Tato jat uttarataraṃ, tato jat uttarataraṃ, tadarūpam anāMayam, tadarūpam anāMayam, etad viduhu, amṛtās bhavanti, atho itare, dukkham eva apiyanti, tato uttarataraṃ, tadarūpam anāMayam, etad viduhu, amṛtās bhavanti, atho itare, dukkham eva apiyanti. Etad vidu, those who know this. Jat vidu means not knowing like us, we are knowing also. We are trying to understand it through the brain, through our intellect. This is not knowing. Knowing is Thakur's words. Knowing means experiencing. That you experience in your every movement that feeling, that presence of the divine, that consciousness and bliss. So it says, etad vidu, knowing this. What is knowing this? This means what? Etad vidu, etad means this. What is this? This means tato jat uttarataraṃ tadarūpam anāMayam. That self of Brahman is the cause of the even creator God, Hiranyagarbha. No? Is the cause of this world also. That self is without any form. And uttarataraṃ, it is also beyond all suffering, beyond all physical or other problems. Those who know this truth, etad viduhu, they amṛtās bhavanti, they become immortal. So, knowing this, one will attain to immortality. Otherwise, otherwise, other people who does not know it, dukkham eva pijanti. They go from suffering to suffering. Knowing this only, one can get rid of suffering in a way, or knowing this only, one can enjoy the bliss. If they don't know, then it is dukkha. It is. So that being is beyond, far beyond this world, is formless and free from misery. They who know this becomes immortal, but all others have indeed to suffer misery alone. So far beyond means the absolute cannot be any stretch of imagination be brought into relation with this world, as all conception of relation based on space, time and causation is within the realm of Maya. So far beyond means beyond Maya. Far beyond this Maya, that absolute Brahman which is there, that cannot be in any state, we cannot imagine that, be brought into relation with this world. So therefore what to do? We have to experience. It is not knowing as we understand the word knowledge. The self is the same. The word uttara means karana. That is the first cause, the origin of everything. Uttara here is a technical term. Uttara means hiranyagarbha. Hiranyagarbha, do you remember that meaning of hiranyagarbha? What is hiranyagarbha? Cosmic creator, cosmic subtle body. Individual, suppose now it is called individual body. We are this. You, me, they are called Vishwa. And in the cosmic level, it's called Virata. Now, you go to the subtle body, in a dream time, you have a body. You live in that consciousness. All the world, whole universe, who is there in the cosmic subtle body? He is called Hiranyagarbha. From Hiranyagarbha, Hiranya means gold. Garbha means in the womb. In whose womb is Hiranya, that means bright. In the dream, see, you see the dream. What light? This light is there. This light does not operate there. Sun's light does not operate there. There is another light. What is that light? It's a Hiranya. It means almost self-effulgent light, but not self-effulgent. It depends on something else. That's why he from whom the creation has come down, that's called the Hiranyagarbha. And Hiranyagarbha is the manager who creates this world, Virata. Hiranyagarbha creates Virata. And what is the two way I understand? It is individual and what is called the cosmic or sum total. Individually, when I sleep, you can tell me I am in, my name will be Tejasa. Teja. Tejas means Teja, light. So, and in the cosmic level, when God dreams, God's dream is Hiranyagarbha. And one step up, he is called God, Ishvara. And what will be your name when you go to that state? Prajna. Why Prajna? Prajna means two. Sanskrit word. He is a very wise man called Prajna. And another meaning is that Prayeno Agga. He is almost fool, stupid. Is it not? When we sleep, a dead body, no? What a stupid body. Someone comes and praises you. You don't react, no? Someone comes and abuses some abusive words. You don't react. Because it is almost agga, almost ignorant, no? That's why it's called prajna. So, understand this. The gross waking state our name becomes Vishwa. When I go to dream, my name becomes Taijasa. I go to sleep, that is called the Prajna. Now it is individual. Suppose in a cosmic creation, it is Ishvara, in the deep sleep state, there is no manifestation of subtle world also. One step down, Hiranyagarbha is the cosmic subtle body, from which gross body comes. It is called the Virata. This sun, moon, stars, galaxies, this is under Virata. And all are coming from Brahman. Brahman the Absolute. So, if this Hiranyagarbha means, you see then, Hiranyagarbha is the effulgent, subtle consciousness. His light is not his own. Light comes from Ishvara. Ishvara gets it from Brahma. So Brahman's light permeates through Ishvara, and Ishvara's light comes to the Hiranyagarbha. Hiranyagarbha comes to the reflected here in the gross level. It is called Virata. So this, if you remember, then this comparison is very easy to understand. Individual level and cosmic level. So we identify with this body, that's why you call Vishwa. And God identifies with you, me and everyone. We identify with few people maybe, whom we love, or whom we hate. We connect both ways. Hatred also you think of him. So you are connected. But God, is God's big body. He identifies with every stone, every pebble, every sun, every moon, every crawling worm, to by bacteria, to big elephant, to the mosquito. So he identifies everywhere. I. Sarvasya chaham hridi sannivishto. We hear that verse. Sarvasya means in everyone's heart, I reside. That I as consciousness resides everywhere. So it's a I, is a Virata I. That's why Nazrul, the poet Nazrul has a song, Khelicho, O Lord, you are playing a Vishwaloye, taking this art universe, no? As a Khelicho Vishwaloye, Virata Sistu. You are like a child. You are playing, your toys are like, baby's child becomes little doll and this. Your toy is the sun and moon and stars and galaxies. You toy, those are your toys. Khelicho, what a grand idea. Khelicho Vishwaloye Virata Sisu Anmane. So he is like a child. There is no meaning and purpose of life. He is just like a toy. One sun creates one galaxy, throws away. It is just a play. So that Virata, consider, the huge idea, Virata, that wherever is play going on, it is Virata's play going on. You are only a part of that Virata, as you call Vishwa. Like a drop of water versus the big wave or big ocean. So it says that, this book says that the word uttara means karana. Karana means that is the first cause. What is the first cause? The origin of everything. That's the first. The cause of all causes. Shankara says Brahman is sarva karana karanam. Brahman is the cause of all causes. There is no cause further. No? If you say, who created Brahman? If you put this question, it is illogical. Because ad infinitum. If you go on questioning, who created this earth? You say God created. Who created God? God is Brahman plus Maya. But who created Brahman then? That question does not happen. Because then you will not find any end of this questioning. So end, Brahman is the one point where beyond you cannot go anymore. So he says that the cause of the cause. Shankara says that Brahman is sarva karana karanam. It is the root of all karanas, all causes. It is the first cause, the source of everything. Brahman is beyond all causes and effects. Brahman, when you go, there is no Hiranyagarbha, there is no Ishvara. Ishvara is one step down. Because Maya, Brahman plus Maya is Ishvara. So, Brahman, beyond Brahman there is nothing. That's why, because it is unconditioned, Brahman is unconditioned and there is no cause of it. It is not controlled or affected by anything. It is difficult for us to conceive of something that is not conditioned, because our mind is limited. We always think conditional thing or limited things. We cannot think of infinite. Anything we say infinite, you make a map of infinite. That is your concept. You cannot go beyond that mind. But when your mind dies, then there is an experience. That is called samadhi. Right now, we are dependent on certain conditions. And if these conditions are not there, we cannot live. Certain conditions, no? Air temperature, if suddenly temperature becomes 150 degrees, can people survive? If there is no water, drinking water, can one survive? If there is no breathing, if the atmosphere is so dirty and so, congested, polluted, then what will happen? You cannot breathe, you can die. So we survive because of certain conditions. But Brahman, he does not need any condition. Whatever condition, all comes out of him. But he is the source of all conditions. Again, a person may be very happy because certain conditions that are agreeable to him exists. But if those conditions are taken away, where is his happiness? It is gone. That, Swami Vivekananda says, that's a slavery. Don't you feel you are a slave? All your joy, your happiness depends upon certain conditions, certain external factors. How can you be your own master? That's Swami Vivekananda. That means we are always conditional. No? Our happiness, our joy, our smile, and our tears all depend on conditions. So, but we should not be under condition. Condition should not dominate us. We are the master of the condition. So that is Brahman. The Upanishad says that it is possible for a person to reach a state in which he does not depend upon any external factors for his joy. So there is a position that we can have something. We don't need to depend on anything to give me joy. In this world, we always depend on giving something to give me joy. I'm hungry, give me some food, then I am joyful. I'm mentally down, give me some pampering. Just give some elevated words, no? I am too much tired, give me some sleep. Give me some material, anything we want, that will give us joy. A person attains this when he realizes that he is one with the Brahman. So he does not need any other joy external. So infinite joy is here, source of joy. You cannot get out of it. When he realizes that he is arūpam, without any form, that is without a body, anāMayam, without any affliction. So that is the point of freedom. Broadly speaking, there are three kinds of afflictions: adhyatmic, adhibhautik, and adhidaivik. We know, we have discussed it again and again. Adhyatmic suffering comes from the physical body. For instance, a boil or a disease in the body. To us, the body is everything. We don't know anything else. So, when our body is in pain, we are in pain. Adhibhautik comes from other living beings such as animals, etc. For instance, a person may be bitten by a snake or troubled by mosquitoes or attacked by a tiger. Adhidaivik suffering comes from the elements from fire, water, earth, etc., earthquake, floods, intense heat or cold. These are adhidaivika, daiva. So long as I identify myself with the body, I will have these kinds of three types of suffering. Now Upanishad says, if you know him, you become immortal. But what does it mean to know him? Here the emphasis is actually on being, not knowing. Knowing and being are different. You can know something and you become. Swami Vivekananda says spirituality is being and becoming. You become Brahman. You are, but you've forgotten. Then you go back to yourself. You become who you are, not this. So, we must experience the truth that we are one with Brahman, that we are supreme. Knowledge by itself does not have much value. Intellectual knowledge has not much value. We may know many things, but if we do not apply them in our lives, what is the use of that knowledge? We may understand that there is divinity within us, that we are something more than a mere lump of flesh, but we must make that thought real. We must translate it into action. But even thinking about it is good. The scriptures say, first hear about it, that you are divine. So Upanishad says, sotabbo mantabbo nididhasitabbo. First, here we are talking about that, this hearing. Think that you are divine, not this, all this explanation. This reading is the purpose of that. And then turn it over in your mind. Then give this job to mind. Say, tell your mind, okay mind, I have read this verse, you work on that whole day. Don't go to shopping place and more, and roam around here and there. That means catch the mind, give some job to him. So turn it over in your mind and then deeply meditate, that is nididhasana. Concentrate on this idea, take hold of it, and try to transform yourself into a different individual with the help of the idea. The idea gradually acts like a chemical. It changes your outlook, your behavior, your character. If one thinks like that, really you can find that those people are a little different. They live in the world, they are not frightened with anything, they are internally always peaceful. Nothing happens. Whatever happens outside, they don't get affected by internally. In Vedanta, time is up. Okay. I can read it. In Vedanta, the whole focus is on its realization. Swami Vivekananda used to say that religion is realization. Realization is not talking, nor in rites and rituals. Religion is experience. It is being and becoming. A person's character, his personality will change completely when he knows he is one with Brahman. Even a little knowledge can give a great joy and peace. Just to know that we are not the body. How much this body troubles us, how much attention it demands from us. I may have some physical troubles, but if I do not identify myself with the body, then I am not so concerned about its ailments. I am able to behave as if it is not my body, as if it is someone else's body. There is a great sense of freedom then. Even all the problems and angles, it's my problem, I identify. If you say, no, it is happening to the body and mind, I am not, then at least it relaxes us from this trouble. This realization that you are divine appears to be so simple, so easy, but they say it is not so easy. You have to struggle and you have to keep on struggling to attain it. Many people lose hope and think, I cannot struggle any longer, I have struggled enough, I cannot reach the goal, it is not for me, it is for other people. But the Upanishad says that it is for everyone because it is your real nature. Only you do not know. Somehow or other you have been hypnotized and you must get out of that hypnotic spell. It may be difficult, but the result is worth it. The saints and sages say that you cannot describe the joy. There is no experience on earth that can be compared to this. The experience makes all struggles, all the sacrifice worthwhile. That is the end of the verse 11. Okay? So we end here. Om Shanti, 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 Hari Om Tat Sat, Sri Ram Krishna Arpanam Astu. Yeah, one question was left, I didn't answer. It was probably your question. I didn't notice it. How I missed it, and it skipped.
I can just put it in Word.
Okay, it is here. Are we free from desire when we are not identified with them or concerned with their fulfillment? Or is it to be free from desire means that desire does not arise in the first place? Yeah, free from desire means actually no desire comes in our mind. But that is a stage. To reach that state of no desire will come in my mind is a very high state. That Brahmagyanis can have that. And even minor desire, so long even they live in the body, they desire for eating, they desire for sleeping. And Ramakrishna said, "Oh, Master Masai, bring one fan for me, bring one bowl for me," as if it is a desire. But that is like a mark of water, that is no desire. But first we should have to try to be desireless. What does it mean desireless? Shall you not eat? Desire to eat, sleep? No. Desire means not to identify ourselves with any specific object and I want it. If I don't get, then I die. There is no such thing in the world to be so important to think in that way. Don't give so much value to the little petty things of life. You desire. And if pray, "Oh Lord, I want to do," make your own effort. If it happens, thank God. If it does not, okay, I'm happy. Why to give your freedom for this? So it is fulfillment of desire is sometimes is a process. That's why Hindu system is 4 stages of life: student life, married life, retired life, monk's life. So it is going through the experience. Desire, little desire, okay, fulfill it. You want rasgulla, get rasgulla, eat. You want ice cream, go get ice cream. 1, 2, 3 times, 5 times. Then you say, "Hey, I ate." What does it? It does not give satisfaction. So then give up ask for another desire. But how many times you will do? Infinite are desires. But anyhow, after certain experience you can say, "Oh, all the things are like that." So desire then turns for seeing God, finding greater joy. That is a desire. Desire, we cannot be free from desire. But lower truth to higher truth. We desire petty things of life and we think that that will make us happy. Then he said, "No, I understand. Petty things I have tried. It gives so much little joy and so much trouble for us. It is not worth dealing with that." So therefore we go for higher joy, higher joy, higher joy. And there is no end of higher joy. Saguna Brahma, Nirguna Brahma. Abar coming down from Nirguna Brahma, I want to taste the sugar, not to be sugar. All this desire comes, but they are pure desire. That desire gives enormous joy. But we have to move in that way. We cannot be desire-free, but we should have to desire that thing which is higher than the material joys and fun, because that has limitation and is endless. Okay? What's it? Tomorrow will be gospel class, no? So tomorrow will be the gospel class at 7:30 p.m. Sarvadevananda, myself will give the class. Okay, thank you. Jai Ma. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Let there be peace in the world. Adhyatmic peace. Let peace be. And in the collective life, and in the life of everyone.